A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. But Dalvin Cook's best game of 2019 came against these Packers. It was in Week 2 early in the season, but he had 154 yards and a touchdown on the ground, though his Vikings actually wound up falling 21-16 at Lambeau. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That one goes for 36 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
They go play action. Cousins. Complete. Jefferson to target. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
10 at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone now, Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 17 yards out. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Boy, Dalvin Cook just so explosive in the open field. He's not a small guy either, but once he gets those legs churning, look out. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Packers 0.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
He's tackled at the 29.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
Sometimes I wonder, partner, what it would be like to just do a bar graph for all the players in the NFL to see where they came from in college to where they are in the NFL. And Danielle Hunter, a guy with less than 10 sacks in his college career at LSU, is now one of the best sack guys in the NFL. Picks up another one there, had 14 and a half last year, and became the youngest player in NFL history to reach 50 sacks in his career in the 2019 season.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there. Coming up.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I don't care. Adam Thielen continues to be an absolute marvel, coming from where he did, Division III football, to being one of the top receivers. To be vital for the Vikings in 2020 to keep number 19 on the field, especially since he lost his old running mate Stephon Diggs to the Buffalo Bills. And a hamstring injury last year really held his numbers in check. His lowest receiving yardage since 2015. Look for another breakout from Adam Thielen after plays like that.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
As the tight end position continues to grow in importance and gain respect, you understand even more why the Vikings selected Irv Smith out of Alabama in 2019 in the 2nd round. They already had a big-time tight end in Kyle Rudolph, but now with Smith, you diversify the offense. You've got 2 big targets who can go down the middle of the field and make big catches. Expect that trend to continue in 2020.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Cousins. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Danielle Hunter.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
First down.
On first down, Rodgers got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
And it's third down.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2 yards on the play. First down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Flush to his right. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rodgers got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams there to make the grab. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
At 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays. I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Cousins. This to C.J. Ham, the fullback. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Cousins to throw it. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Brings up 2nd.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins now. And complete right side to Cook. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Throwing, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings have taken the lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Vikings 14, Packers 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed. And after that touchdown, we are just a PAT away from a tie game. And I know everyone's going to look at it and go, guess what? Tie game, all even. They just scored. If they kick this extra point and tie it, they're going to feel like they're the ones that are in control.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
22-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Funches with a catch over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Now there's a target that just about any quarterback would like to throw to. Devin Funchess, one of the big-bodied receivers in the league who can go up and get it. Former Carolina Panther, played one game with the Indianapolis Colts in 2019 before breaking his collarbone. Excellent hands, monster target, kind of forgiving target for a quarterback. The Packers really need him to develop and give them another option on the perimeter.
And a yard.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Open on the left side. This is Valdes-Scantling. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
First down.
They'll run on first down. Jones. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. It's Rodgers. Flushed out right. This one to the right, caught by Valdes-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And you wonder, Charles, could that decision come back to haunt them later?
And it really could, because in this situation, you kick the field goal in a tight game like this, that's a good play.
Yeah.
But maybe what he's saying to himself is, I'm just not a big proponent of the old idea that any possession that ends in a kick I'm happy with. He wanted to be really aggressive.
A little twist here in the 3rd quarter.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man, complete.
That's good for a Minnesota Viking.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. On first down, Cook. Preston Smith there on the stop.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
4 yards on the pickup.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
They'll start with the option. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
At the Vikings' 18-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Now Crosby for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Packers 21. Vikings 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone, and Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent way to start the drive there. 18 yards. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on. And this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Cousins again. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain of 32 that time. What do you think? Maybe got away with one. I mean, he's thrown 2 picks already. That looked pretty dangerous.
And it had a little hang time on it. So what he needs to do right now, hug it out a little bit with his guy. Because he went up and made a play on the football and kept him from potentially throwing that 3rd interception. There was some trust in there. There was also some hope.
From the red zone now, Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it's a second down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Although it's more commonplace now than at any other time in the NFL, it's still tough to think about throwing a rookie quarterback right into the fire week 1. But guess what? He handled the fire awfully well and threw his first touchdown pass.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the return will stop right around the 25.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They start the drive with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that's caught inside the 35. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Cousins gives way to Cook. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks like a heck of a throw, doesn't it? It's almost like in baseball when you get that little Texas leaguer that turns into a double. You would think that you hit it off the wall. Big-time play for him on a short little pass.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now first and goal. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings are going to take the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Now Rodgers, eluding the pressure right. And he'll look for Adams again, and this time he's got him. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Rodgers to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. The rookie Cameron Dantzler picks it, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. A great think that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here.